Greetings, dear viewers. I'm George from Ireland. I'm speaking to you from an undisclosed location. But if you're very well informed, you might be able to figure out where I am. Because, not giving too much away, but that's Tower Bridge behind me. So it is not London Bridge. People often wrongly say this. This is Tower Bridge. It's got two towers on it. The Tower of London is there. And there's Tower Bridge. Get it? Anyways, this is built in the 1880s, and so far as I know is unique. I can't think of a bridge that resembles it anywhere in the world. So you can see the lower bit with the traffic going across it, cars and buses, and you can walk across. Obviously, there are footpaths on either side, and this upper bit. So you can go across here for free, and the upper bit, if you go here and buy a ticket, you can go up by lift. I'm not sure if there's stairs for you to go up. And then you can walk across. It's all glass on both sides. I don't think the floor is glass up there. There are two parallel corridors. That's a hallway if you're American. You can even hire them out for parties, though I would imagine it costs a pretty penny. You may have seen the thing came out in 2014, I Wanna Marry Harry, before His Royal Highness was romantically involved with Miss Markle. This American TV show, they recruited various young women from the United States and told them there's this multi-millionaire bachelor in the United Kingdom. He's under 30 and he would like to meet a young lady with a view to marrying, and they came over. Anyway, and they were kept here without social media. Won't tell you the whole story, it's hilarious. But anyway, he took them out on dates one by one, and he took one of them to a date up here, out for a date. It wasn't really Prince Harry, it was a lookalike. So that's it, well worth visiting, part of the establishing shots of London in any film. And you see the actual bridge part of it. This can open to let big ships through, but it's very rare that big ships come through. You know, HMS Belfast came through decades ago. Sometimes the big cruise ships come through, but they make sure they come through about 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's not disrupting traffic. Put it this way, never in my life have I seen it open. I've only seen videos of it open. So we're on the south bank of the River Thames, and this area sometimes just is called the South Bank. Not the whole of the Thames south of the river, but kind of a middle section of London, so they call it South Bank. More precise where I am, you could call it London Bridge, because we're actually quite close to London Bridge, or Southwark. Now, I'm just trying to think, you can't really see it from this angle because HMS Belfast, the warship, is in the way. Okay, HMS Belfast is there, standing for Her Majesty's Ship Belfast, which is open to tourists. It hasn't sailed anywhere since the 70s, so they're permanently moored as a tourist attraction. So there is Tower Bridge, well worth visiting. So do remember to get its name right, because there is London Bridge, which is a mile that away and is very ordinary. You just wouldn't know it from any other bridge in the world. It's completely forgettable and banal. So tourists sometimes make this mistake and say to a taxi driver, take me to London Bridge. And he does. They say, what? This is not it. This is nothing special. It's just very bland. And I'll say, no, it's that one. And saying, you're talking about Tower Bridge. Okay, so it's a very common mistake. And you can find out how it was built and what the special contraptions they have for pulling up the midsection if they have to let a very tall ship through, but smaller ferries go through. Now you see who is there. Can you see from this angle? Yeah, you can. So there are these clippers like that, basically a river bus, and they're just for practical transport. And there are other boats where there is a commentary to tell you about what you're seeing up and down London. Obviously the one which is a river bus, which is a boat just for transport. There is no commentary and they're cheaper. If the other one's going on a more leisurely cruise with a commentary and so forth, then it costs more. Okay, anything else to tell you about Tower Bridge? Not really, I'm afraid I don't know the vital statistics. But up high in the middle, you probably can't make out, it's too grey, the two flags. I don't. No, that's too bright, make it darker. Yeah, you can probably make out the two flags now. They've got the Union flag as in the British flag, commonly called the Union Jack, but erroneously so called. It's only the Union Jack if it's flown from the jack deck of a ship, like their various naval jacks of various countries. And then there's the flag of the City of London, which has got a white field, a red cross, and in the ensign it's got a red sword. That's the flag of the City of London. The City of London is not the whole of London. The City of London is only there, starting at the Tower of London, yeah, and going west for about a mile, and then about a mile inland. So they sometimes call it the Square Mile. That is the City of London, as in the Lord Mayor of London is the honorary leader of the City of London, so that's 1 year only. He's not actually a political position. It's not elected on a party basis. Elected by various livery companies. What's a livery company? Well, going back to the Middle Ages, they had guilds, as in the Cordwainers Guild, they made rope, or the Grocers Guild, they sell fruit and vegetables by the gross, as in large quantities. Or I can't remember, the Mercers Guild selling cloth. There are loads of them, there are dozens of these. Some of the people who are running these livery companies, they elect the Lord Mayor of London. So it's not ordinary people, it's just a handful of people get to elect the Lord Mayor of London. It's not really a contested election. It's usually just one candidate, all sorted out in back rooms, a gentleman's agreement to hold this solely ceremonial position. He does get to live in a mansion house. I say he, but it has been a she on 2 occasions. Lord Mayor of London serves a 1-year term, serves once only. That's not a law, they could serve more. And indeed, centuries ago, there were people who served as Lord Mayor of London for several terms. So the City of London is just this little bit to the north. You can see all those very tall buildings for the financial sector. Okay, banks, insurance companies, the stock exchange and so on in there. So that's why it's called the City of London. So when you're in London, we talk about the city, we mean this area here, as in the financial nerve centre. Okay, so that's probably enough about Tower Bridge. I'll switch it off now.